Open your banking app right now. Look at that number on your screen. Really. Look at it. Now, let me ask you something nobody ever asks. What if that number just disappeared? Not hacked, not stolen, just gone. Because here is the truth that banks, governments, and tech companies hope you never figure out. That number is not money. It never was. It is permission, a fragile, digital. Permission and permission can be revoked. Right now, 97% of all the wealth on Earth does not physically exist. Think about that for a second. 97%. No bills sitting in a vault with your name on them. No gold bar somewhere waiting for you. Just data ones and zeros. Floating inside machines you will never see. In buildings you will never visit. Controlled by systems you will never understand. And all of that data, all of that wealth, travels through cables. Cables sitting at the bottom of the ocean. In the dark, in the cold cables, no thicker than a garden hose. That is the entire foundation of modern civilization, a garden hose. Now, picture tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Your alarm goes off. You reach for your phone like you do every single day. But something is different. No signal. You switch to Wi-Fi. Red light. You check your notifications. Nothing. No emails, no texts, no news alerts. Just a black screen staring back at you. You figure it is a glitch. Maybe your provider is down. Maybe there is some maintenance going on. You get up. You make coffee. You tell yourself it will be fine. It is not fine. You walk outside. Your neighbor is standing on his porch, staring at his phone. The guy across the street is doing the same thing. A woman down the block is on her landline. If she even still has one, nobody is panicking yet. But nobody looks okay either. You decide to grab breakfast at the coffee shop on the corner. You walk in. You order. You reach for your card. You tap it on the reader. Beep. Declined. You try again. Declined. You pull out a different card. Declined. The man behind you tries Apple Pay on his iPhone. Network error. The woman behind him has a Platinum Amex, one of those cards that never gets declined. Network error. The barista just shrugs. Nobody knows what to say, because nobody understands yet what is actually happening. But here is what is happening. Money only works when it moves. When data travels from one server to another and says, "This person has funds. Approve the transaction." Right now, that data is not moving, which means money has stopped working. And without money, nothing works. By mid-morning, the lines start forming outside the banks. People are calm at first, just confused, just wanting answers. But the lines keep growing, and the voices keep getting louder. And then someone starts shouting, and then everyone starts pushing. Because the word has spread. The internet is not coming back. Not today. Maybe. Not ever. And people want their money. They want it in their hands. Physical. Real. Something they can hold. But here is the part that will make your stomach drop. The money is not there. It was never there. Banks operate on something called fractional reserve banking, which is just a fancy way of saying they spend your money the second you deposit it. They loan it out. They invest it. They leverage it. And they only keep a tiny fraction as actual, physical cash. We are talking 1 to 3%. That is it. So, if a bank is holding $100 million in deposits, there might be $1 million in actual bills inside that building. Maybe $2 million on a good day. The doors open. The first people in line walk out holding cash, relief on their faces. But the line is thousands of people long. And by the time most of them get inside, the teller windows go dark. A manager steps out. He does not make eye contact. He just says 2 words. "We're closed." The vault is empty, and there is no system running to refill it. By afternoon, the grocery stores start to go. Not because the food disappeared. The food is still there, sitting in warehouses, sitting on trucks, sitting in stock rooms, but the systems that move that food are completely dead. Every item on every shelf in every store in America is controlled by software. Inventory software, logistics software, payment software. Scan the barcode, track the stock, trigger a reorder, schedule a delivery. That entire chain is broken now. Truck drivers pull into fuel stations and the pumps will not authorize. No digital payment means no fuel. No fuel means no deliveries. And without deliveries, the shelves empty out in hours. Not days. Hours. People start grabbing whatever is left. And this is the moment everything shifts. Because your savings account becomes worthless. Your 401k becomes worthless. Your stock portfolio becomes worthless. Your crypto, which you thought was protected from all of this, becomes worthless too. Because crypto needs the internet just like everything else. And now, there is a man standing in a parking lot holding the last case of bottled water. And he does not want your dollars. He does not want your card. He wants something real. He decides what wealth is now. Not Wall Street, not the Fed. Him by day 3, something even darker sets in. You cannot prove who you are. Think about that. Your driver's license, verified digitally. Your passport, verified digitally. Your bank account, your mortgage, your car title, your property deed. All of it exists on servers. And those servers are unreachable. Maybe you think that sounds like freedom. No debt showing up. No records. No history, clean slate. But flip that coin over. If your records are gone, so is your proof of ownership. Your house on paper means nothing if no system can verify it. Your car means nothing if no database can confirm it as yours. And in a world where proof has vanished, ownership belongs to whoever is standing in the room, whoever is holding the keys, whoever has the most people behind them. We fall back to the oldest rule in all of human history. Power is ownership. And the only law that matters is the one that can be enforced. By the second week, a new world is forming, and it is nothing like the old one. The dollar is collapsing, not because of inflation, not because of policy, but because a currency that cannot move isn't a currency. It is just paper. Physical goods become the only real currency. Food, water, fuel, medicine, ammunition. A working generator is worth more than a Ferrari. A bottle of antibiotics is worth more than a Rolex. The richest people in your neighborhood are no longer the ones with the biggest houses. They are the mechanic who can fix engines without a computer. The farmer who grows food without GPS-guided equipment. The nurse who knows how to treat infections without a hospital system. The guy who stockpiled tools and seeds and canned goods while everyone else was stockpiling followers. Skills replace status overnight. Reality replaces illusion. And the people who built their entire identity around digital wealth are starting from zero. Now, here is the part that should keep you up at night. This is not science fiction. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is infrastructure. Right now, at the bottom of the ocean, there are over 400 submarine cables, hundreds of thousands of miles of fiber optic lines. They carry roughly 95% of all international data traffic, every financial transaction, every government communication, every military coordination. All of it flows through cables sitting unguarded on the ocean floor, and they are fragile. Earthquakes have cut them before. Anchors from ships have cut them before. In 2022, undersea cables near Tonga were severed, and the entire island nation went dark. But that was one country. What happens when it is not one country? What happens when it is strategic? What happens when someone decides to cut the right cables, in the right places, at the right time? No missiles, no troops, no declaration of war, just a ship, a cable, and a cut. And within hours, continents go dark. So, I need you to stop for a second. Not as a viewer, not as someone passively watching a video, as a person who lives in the real world. If everything digital disappeared tomorrow, what do you actually have? Walk through your house right now in your mind. How many days of food do you have? How much clean water can you access without a pump running on the grid? Do you have any cash on hand? Physical bills? Not on an app? Do you have any skills that work without electricity? Do you know your neighbors? Because in a world without internet, your community is your bank. Your skills are your savings. Your relationships are your security system. The people who survive disruption are never the ones with the most money in an app heap. They are the ones who never confused the map with the territory. The ones who understood that the digital world is a layer on top of reality, not reality itself. You don't own what you can't hold. You don't control what you can't access. And the world you trust with everything you have is only one signal away from going completely silent. So look around you. Build something real. Because when the system goes dark, and history says it will, the only thing standing between you and chaos is what you built before the lights went out.